Good morning. Our topic inverse trigonometric functions. First, ami trigonometric functions are all basic concepts sailo. Prothomate sine function loisu. Ami jano sine function or tomar domain real numbers thake aru codomain amar close interval -1 to 1. That means to me x for any value, arbitrary value of x belongs to the set of real numbers. For any arbitrary value of x, jikunu x in the set of real numbers, that means our domain, our image will sign of that function will lie between your close interval +1 to -1. Yet তুমি jikunu x put kora amar corresponding y ki hobo tomar 1 aru -1 majot tomar oscillate hoi thakiba. Oscillate mane ekekita values ke tumi pai thakiba. Next ite function to 1 1 hoy na check koru. Now for the element x equal to pi by 2, ami y equal to sin pi by 2, y value ami paisu ki +1. X equal to sin pi by 2, y equal to sin pi by 2 ami +1 paisu. Say this is your real numbers and this is your mapping sin x and this is your codomain -1 to 1. So pi by 2 karone tumi image ki paisa +1. Similarly for -3 pi by 2, -3 pi by 2 karone -3 pi by 2 karone tumaloke image ki paisa +1. That means pi by 2 and -3 pi by 2 has the same image what 1. Therefore what we can say, this function is not 1 1. Next me ako verify koribo para this function is actually many 1 because duta element ro karone ami eketa image paisu. Sin 0 x equal to 0 karone ami y equal to ki pam 0 pam. X equal to pi karono ami y equal to 0 pam. X equal to 2 pi karon ami y equal to sin 2 pi 0. It means for x equal to pi -0 -pi 2 pi, we are getting the same value of y. That means what 0. Therefore distinct element do not have distinct images. Here what many elements have the same image what. So what we can say, this function is not 1 1 but many 1. Next onto hoy na check korim. Onto karone ami any arbitrary element kot lom tomar codomain ot lom. So here is your codomain -1 to +1. So for y equal to 1 ami preimage ki paisu +pi by 2. Y equal to 1 or karone ami preimage -3 pi by 2 paisu +pi by 2 paisu. But yes, duta preimage ase tomar +pi by 2 ase -3 pi by 2 ase. But yes, there exists a pre-image. There exists at least one pre-image of +1. Similarly -1 or karone tumi check koribo para +3 pi by 2 and -pi by 2. 0 karone check koribo para any jikunu ta arbitrary element ba a element or pre-image ase na check koriba enake. You draw a straight line parallel to x-axis, then a perpendicular line parallel to x-axis. For this element of y in the codomain, this is inside your codomain, we have a preimage this. Next a element to lo janiba na negative x y axis lo janiba. This element we have this as your preimage. Also we have this as our preimage. Yes, this element has preimage which is this and this. This is your preimage, and again for this element this is also a preimage. Duta preimage ase amar this element in the codomain, but yes, we have a preimage. So me ki dekha goise, every element in the codomain will have a pre-image, at least one pre-image. Every element in the codomain will have a pre-image. So this function sin x is onto but not 1 1. It is many 1 because tomar more than one element has same image. More than one element has the same image. Now next what you have to do, you have to try to tomar sin inverse lage aru invertible function or karone amar function to both 1 1 aru onto hobole lagiba. Our condition it was the function must be. So ami a domain of sine function ami restrict kori dim. Restrict mane olop horu kori dim so that our function gets 1 1. এতিয়া আমি কি কৰিছো a real numbers a whole real numbers we are restricting the domain to -π/2 to +π/2 then আমাৰ কি হ'ব চোৱা for every x in this domain for every x between -π/2 and +π/2 our every element x has a distinct image আমি এনেকুৱা দুটা x পোৱা নাই which have the same image every element has distinct image for this x we have this image for this x we have this image so every element in the domain has distinct images every element in the domain have distinct images so or তুমি domain etu loba para -π/2 পৰা -π/2 পৰা তোমালোকে যদি +3π/2 লওঁ this from +π/2 পৰা যদি আমি +3π/2 লওঁ then this is your corresponding y this is your corresponding y for every value of x between +π/2 to +3π/2 our corresponding y this is our corresponding y has also distinct images this for distinct element in this interval for this interval also we are getting distinct images similarly to negative x axis howa para -π/2 পৰা তুমি -3π/2 lo for every element in this x we will have a distinct images you will have distinct images this is your distinct images this is your distinct images so আমি কি কৰিছো to get the function 1 1 আমি আমাৰ real numbers domain খিনি অকমান restrict কৰি দিছো হৰু হৰু টুকুৰাকৈ ভাগ কৰি দিছো -π/2 পৰা +π/2 কৰিছো because আমাৰ তেতিয়া আমাৰ y value খিনি corresponding y value are this then what we will get for every element in the domain we will get distinct images similarly আমাৰ ইয়াত -3π/2 পৰা -π/2 কৰিছো then আমাৰ this is our y distinct element has distinct images similarly তুমি এনেকে domain to তুমি হৰু হৰু sub intervals at close sub intervals at break কৰি দিছো say so we restrict the domain of r to this close intervals graphically বুজি পালা and it will goes on now আমি কি কৰিছো আমি কোনবা এটা interval লৈ লৈছো আমি সবতকে হৰুটোৱে লৈছো হৰুটো মানে আমাৰ easy to -π/2 পৰা +π/2 লৈছো একদম ওচৰটো লৈছো -π/2 পৰা π/2 and codomain আমি একেই থৈছো codomain আমি -1 to 1 এ থৈছো then আমাৰ কি দেখা গৈছে this function is both 1 1 and onto yes 1 1 হয় every element has distinct images therefore the function is both 1 1 and onto to হয় every element in the y has distinct premise so 1 1 আৰু 1 to হোৱাৰ কাৰণে আমি কি কম sine function from the domain -π/2 to π/2 to the codomain -1 to 1 is has inverse আৰু আমাৰ inverse আমি কি কৰো domain আৰু codomain আমি interchange কৰি দিও so আমাৰ sine inverse দেখিবলৈ কেনেকুৱা হ'ব এই domain codomain ঠাইত আমি sine inverse domain বনাইছো -1 to 1 to close interval -π/2 to π/2 আমি ইয়াত codomainত আমি π/2, 3π/2 লিখিব পাৰো but আমি এই suitable কাৰণে for suitable easy explanation আমি -π/2 to +π/2 লৈছো close interval now this branch with range -π/2 to π/2 is called principal value branch this is called your principal value branch it is an important because our questions are asked from this range we have to remember this range আৰু এটা কথা আমি first year পাইছিলো when our the function is both 1 1 and onto our codomain is same as your range when the function is both 1 1 and onto আমি আগতে পাই আহিছো then the function is both the function's codomain is same as your range so তোমাৰ ইয়াত তোমাৰ range কি হ'ব -π/2 to π/2 which is actually your codomain so sine inverse or graph খন চাই লোৱা sine inverse আমাৰ domain আছে close interval -1 to 1 so our x axis along x axis will have this interval -1 to 1 and our range is what -π/2 to π/2 so our along y axis will have this close interval so this আমি just 90 degree rotate কৰি দিছো we just rotating our this graph 90 degree, so we get this range amar ki ase minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this is your minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Here the function is both 1 1 and 1 2. For every element in this domain we are getting distinct images. So for this interval the function is both 1 1 and 1 2, and this is your sine inverse function for x below domain minus 1 to 1 and your range plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2. Or a range to get kwa hai principal value branch. That means ami aro beleg dhonor range loba paro. Domain amar minus 1 to plus 1 thakibo, range ami plus pi by 2 to minus 3 plus pi by 2 to plus 3 pi by 2 loba paro. Plus pi by 2 to 3 pi by 2 loba paro. Tetia amar sine inverse function is correct, but amar basically this plus pi by 2 to minus pi by 2 is considered as your principal branch. So you have to know this graph conceptually. Thank you.